Hi everyone. I'm Athena Ali, the Get Noticed coach, career strategist, and government job application specialist. Now, welcome to my live broadcast today on why values alignment is so important to your career. Okay, but before I start, I'd like to do my acknowledgement to country. So, in the spirit of reconciliation, I acknowledge the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. I pay respect to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. Now, in this weekly live, let's find out about what are values and why they're so important to your career. Now, firstly, what are values? I guess values are things that you believe are important to you and the way that you live and the way that you work. So, for example, if one of your values is family, you're a really family-oriented person, then anything that disrupts family time, for example, like overtime, isn't going to be somewhere you're going to be happy about working at for a long time because it doesn't align with your values around family and spending time around, with your family. Or, for example, if you're a really honest and ethical person, then all the work that you're doing, all the work that you're doing will be of that high ethical standard, making sure it's honest and fair. So if you see someone else in the office doing something really dodgy, you won't be able to ignore it because it affects you and what you think about that organisation, that workplace, and that type of behaviour. It makes it hard for you to work with somebody who's like that or work in an organisation with it where ethical behaviour is not high on their list. So it's said that when you work to your highest values, you're more likely to be productive. The more likely you're going to want to do things around those values. You give it more time and you give it priority. So if you find yourself procrastinating or not wanting to do something, it's probably because it's not high on your priority list. It's not a high value for you. But when you find that you're working to your highest values, you're going to be enthusiastic about doing that task or being somewhere because it accords with your values. And that means you're more likely to be happy and helpful, particularly at work. Now, why is values alignment so important in your work? Well, when you love what you do and it aligns with, what you think is important to you, you're going to do your best at it. You're going to actually do your job. So if your job aligns with, what you feel is important, you'll actually complete it. As I said before, you won't procrastinate. You'll actually want to do your best at that job. Okay, when you love what you do and it aligns with your values, you'll do your best for your employer. You will want to be there, okay, and you will want to, and they'll want you to be there as well. Now, when you love what you do and it aligns with your values as well, as I said, you'll be happier and you'll be more willing to help customers with their problems. So not just immediately when you're talking to them, but you'll want to help them with their problems going forward. So you will want to improve processes and procedures, and it won't be too much or too hard for you. You'll actually want to do that because, if that sort of thing, your work aligns with you and you will want to find solutions to problems. You won't need to be asked. As soon as you see them, you will do something about them. When you love what you do and it aligns with your values, you'll also be memorable and you'll carry a reputation with you around those values. People remember that about you. And, when you're trying to build a personal brand, that's a good thing. People who know what your values are will remember what, your values are and what's important to you, so that when roles come up, you and your reputation will be remembered, okay? As I said, you won't procrastinate. When it comes to goal setting, you are more likely to achieve your goals because there's no point in setting goals that you are not going to take action on. So it's really important that when you're setting goals, that you're actually setting goals around what's important to you. Because if it's not important to you, you are not going to go out there and achieve those goals. Okay. And the last thing around, when you love what you do and your values are aligned to your work, is that you will make more money. And people are probably thinking, yeah, but if my values are around family, I'll have no money because all my kids take my money. But what I mean about making more money is that you'll actually attract better roles. So you will more likely be promoted. You will more like, if you're in an organisation that is aligned with your values, where it's when your values are not aligned and you don't get along with your manager or the organisation doesn't value your work, then there's a misalignment between what you value and what they value, okay? When you find a job that you value, you will make more money, or you'll get better conditions or better terms that will accord with those values, and you will be much happier. You will be able to get that next promotion because you'll be able to find a job that accords with your values at the remuneration that you're looking for. And if that's a six-figure role, beautiful. But don't stay where you are if your values don't align, because you are not going to make more money where you are. If anything, you will end up losing your job because you will either leave or they will want to get rid of you, okay? Because it's when those values don't align, that's when those things tend to happen. So what if you don't know what your values are? Well, I guess you need to find out what's really important to you so that you can be in the right role and be happy and making more money if that's what you're looking for. Now, that is just a taste of what's coming in my masterclass tomorrow at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time on the 6 secrets to land a job that pays 6 figures. So if you're a mid-career professional or leader struggling to land your next role and you want to make 2022 your best year yet, then I'd love to invite you to my masterclass tomorrow. You can only attend by registering. It's a private masterclass. It's free. But as I said, you must attend live. You must register. And if you attend live, there's a special gift at the end as well, and some offers, really great offers around Black Friday. So if you've been thinking about working with me, that's a good time to come along and have a listen to this great masterclass and be well on your way to a six-figure role next year. Okay, so what will you learn in that masterclass? Well, you'll learn about the job application secrets that will make you so desirable that hiring managers will not only call you in for an interview, but you'll already be their preferred candidate for the job, okay? The second thing is that we'll talk about why you're completely invisible and undervalued and what you can do to stand out and become the only choice for the job and get hired, okay? And the third thing you'll learn in the masterclass is that my 6-step proven process to getting hired in your ideal role in 2022 and enjoy waking up on Monday mornings with a value-aligned job just like my 2021 clients. Okay, now every year this masterclass is my most popular because people want to set themselves up for the following year and position themselves really well for their next role. Okay, so in the meantime, I'll see you next week. Next week will be my last live broadcast on a Thursday until about mid-January. But in between, I will still be replaying some of my previous live broadcasts. You can also access those on YouTube. I will pop down below a link to that YouTube channel, and I'd love it if you click subscribe and then you'll get some notifications every time I go live. So I'd love it if you subscribe to that. I'll also put my masterclass link down below as well. And also, if you do want to work with me, I do have a couple of spots left for one-to-one private coaching until the end of this year. So if you'd like to book a chat with me and apply to work with me, I'll also leave a link down below for that as well. So in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you've enjoyed the live broadcast, and I will see you next week. Bye.